Hey everybody, today I'm going to be doing a review on the ColourPop Cosmetics fall line. Now I didn't pick up everything, but I did pick up some eyeshadows and 3 of the LippieStix, and I'm super excited to show you guys their fall collection because it's a rather impressive collection of very fall themed colors, some really great names, and a lot of 90s nostalgia, so that's always fun. So if you're unfamiliar about ColourPop Cosmetics, I strongly suggest you check them out, even if you only try one of their products. They're super affordable. $5 pretty much gets you any product on the site except for like highlight, bronzer, or blush, which are about $8, and I believe the liquid lipsticks are $6, something like that. So very affordable, high quality, etc, etc. So let's start with the LippieStix. I hate that name. I've expressed that in other videos before, but I'm not going to get into it now because I always get so much hate when I just say how much I don't like a name, so I'm not going to bring it up. So the 3 shades I got are right here, and they are Nevermind, which is a really dark purple, wearing it today. I also got Grunge, which is a nice brown, and Poison, which is a red. So I feel like these are kind of like the 3 go-to lipsticks, but they also had like a nude and a dusty rose, and while those are really nice, they're just not for me in terms of fall palette. I'm gonna swatch these up for you. These are all of the matte formula. Very easy to use, very creamy when you first put them on, but then they dry down to that matte. They are not transfer proof, as you can see, so don't expect these to you know, not come off throughout the day. But with that being said, you're gonna get about 8 hours of wear, and you really don't have to worry about it feathering, bleeding, or settling into the fine lines of the lips. So these are all really good qualities of these lipsticks. Let's swatch up Nevermind. So that's 2 swipes. As you can see, pretty opaque, true to the color, and the color's also down here, so it's really easy to find if you store them upside down. But if you store them like this, it's a little bit harder to tell. But very pretty color. Again, I'm wearing it here. So then I also have Poison, and Poison is a nice deep kind of like reddish brown, again opaque too, about 2 swipes. Pretty opaque. When you apply it to the lips, it's obviously going to be a little bit more opaque. I find that when I swatch on the hand, it's not always opaque in one swipe. And then another brown, well, a brown, it's kind of reddish leaning like a bricky brown. So these were my picks, and as you can see, they're really, really good for fall, and I believe that they would flatter most skin tones as well. So the next thing I'm going to focus on is the ColourPop eyeshadows. I did pick up 6 of them, and I am impressed with the lineup of shades that they offer. There was a few I didn't pick up, like Plaid, which was a black shade with a little bit of golden shimmer in it. At least that's how people said it applied, but it looked on the website to be a greenish shade. I skipped on that. I wanted Stereo. It was sold out. So I settled for these 6 shades, which I'm wearing on my eyes today as well, so I'm kind of wearing like a full I'm doing like a full ColourPop look, and it really works for fall. I'll tell you guys what I'm wearing on my eyes as I go through the shades. Nice mix of neutrals and darker tones. I like the use of purple, the grade purple. Very nice use of that as well. In terms of formula, these are very similar to MAC's Electric Cool shadows. You need to keep these closed at all times, very tight, unless you're using them. You don't want to keep them open for too long. They will dry out. You cannot depot these. I get that question a lot. You cannot depot these, sorry. But the thing you can do is you can apply them with a dense flat brush, paint them on, or a fluffier brush. They really diffuse and blend out really nicely, really naturally, pretty much blend like a dream. The only problem I have with them is that sometimes you have to layer on the color. The shades are a little bit, I don't know, like even the darker shades, they sometimes just need to be built up, but it's not like a cakey thing. It's not like you need to do all these tricks and stuff. No, it's really easy, just fluffy brush and just, there you go. Like I just roll my brush in it, and whatever I get on my brush is enough. I just need to blend it out. So you can use your colors very easily. They layer well, and once they are set, they are set. They're not going anywhere, they're not moving, they're not budging. They are on there. So these are pretty much waterproof for the most part, but they're going to be there in a lot of the shades that have the glitter and the shimmer. It's going to stay there. So let's go through the run through shades. Through the shades that I got. This is Supermodel. Very nice golden shade. And I'm going to apply these with my finger. I usually don't recommend applying with the finger because I feel like it contaminates the shadows, and also it can spread bacteria. But as you can see, it's a nice highlight shade. I love this shade to highlight the inner corner of the eye or under the brow. This is even nice if you want to apply just a little bit to your cheeks for a highlight. You can do that as well. Then I have I Spy Super Shock Shadow, and this is a nice little like orangey nude. peachy nude, nice matte shade. And I'll show you what I mean, like you can layer these. See, I'm gonna make it a little bit darker. Nice kind of like pumpkin-y peach shade. I feel like that would go good with Lime Crime Squash. Not really all about the Lime Crime, but that shade looks pretty. And then we have Boy Band, which is also a super shock shadow. It's a metallic chocolate brown. Very pretty. There you go. And if you want to really bring out the metallic, dab it on or use a flat brush and just put it on you. Get a little more of that metallic sheen. Then we have Girl Power. Really like this shade. It's not a red, it's not an orange. It's like right smack dab. It's like that bricky color again. This is great for like a grunge look, I feel. It's great for a grunge look, I feel. Really great. I feel like that's gonna lean red on some people. That's why I was like, it's not a red, it's not an orange. And then the 3 colors that I used on my eyes are the next shades that I'm gonna show you guys. So I'm gonna tell you exactly how I use them as I swatch them up. So I started by applying Central Perk, Friends reference, right here. It's like this deep plum. And I applied that with a fluffy brush starting from the outer corner of my eye and then just going back and forth with the fluffy brush, back and forth, until it deposited just a little bit more on the outside and a little bit less on the inside, but really defined the crease. And later on I also put a little bit right in the crease as well, just to define my crease a little bit more after I applied the lid shade, which I'm going to get to. So here we go, Central Perk. Nice little Central Perk. Now this shade, this can be layered. That's what I liked about this one. So you can make it deeper, you can make it darker, or you can have it as just like a lighter color if you blend it out. A little bit more purple, like a wine color. A little bit more, sheer it out. You can definitely sheer this shade out. So on my lid, I applied Party Time. This is also super shock shadow. And this is like a matte, browned purple. Kind of reminds me of like a hot chocolate. So I applied that right on my lid. Right there, right on my lid. And as you can see, that shears out nicely too. And then I applied to highlight the inner corner of my eye, and I brought it to the center of the lid. I used mixed tape, which is kind of like a grayed purple. It has a nice metallic sheen to it. So it's great for highlight. So I really like the selection of colors that were available for the eyeshadows and the lipsticks. As you can see, the lipsticks really go with the shadows. And like I said, I'm really not missing too many of the shadows because I really was all for this collection, and I would have stereo if only it was available. So if you are interested in checking out ColourPop Cosmetics, there's no better time than now to check them out. They also have some limited edition liquid lipsticks, and they also had 2 blushes in this collection, Cruel Intentions and Never Been Kissed. Cruel Intentions and Never Been Kissed. I did pick up one of the blushes, but I've seemed to misplace it right now. But I'll probably have a swatch of it on my Instagram, so fret not, I'll have it available some way, somehow. As always, thank you so much for watching. Please be sure to follow me on Instagram. I'm Recycled Stardust.